Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video here in the Supercar Diaries. We're in the Netherlands. Just picked up this gorgeous 458 Speciale with a Novitec straight line. This Novitec exhaust system for the 458 Speciale is very special. It is the bomb. Under 4,000 RPMs, it doesn't seem that she's really opening up. This is so good. First of all, let's quickly just get a little listen to this Novitec exhaust. 4.5. Oh, a little bit of concentration. Asked for over here since we're driving on an Autobahn with a very expensive Ferrari and then one ahead of us. Litre naturally aspirated V8. That is stuck behind my spine, tickling me ever so slightly. I put a GoPro on so we can see the engine a little bit. The craziness about this 458 Speciale is something I'll tell you once we've filled up, so yeah. A bit thirsty, this one. Just gotta give it a little bit of happy juice. 4.5 litre naturally aspirated engine. You can feel this whole thing rocking and moving behind us. Oh, they want you to stand and hold it, don't they? They want to make sure you don't walk away and have a smoke. Press the brake pedal. Whoa. Alright, as we were saying, there's something so special about this 458. Not just the fact that it's naturally aspirated, but it's the construction of the engine. They did quite a bit of work on it. It needed to be something more exceptional than just a 4.5 litre naturally aspirated V8. Oh, mother. I love that. A hard acceleration and a quick shift, even not at the highest revs. And here we go for the tunnel. As we said, 4.5 litres naturally aspirated, but they did a bit of work on that motor just to make it so special. It's tight and compact, and they've shortened the intake so that the air gets to the motor a lot quicker. Remember, we don't have turbos like in the 296 where they've done the same and thereby have the turbos close to the intake and there's less space for the air travel, so everything happens a lot quicker. And then of course with this exhaust system, things get to breathe and to fart simultaneously in a cacophony of gorgeous music, at least for all our petrol heads, wouldn't you agree? Talk about the wackiest thing on this car. One of the reasons why the red line here only starts at 9,000 Did I just say that loud enough? 9,000 is where it starts. Listen to this. And one of the reasons why that is so special is because of the compression ratio on this car. You gotta really think about this for a second. Let's give you some numbers to compare it with. E812 Superfast. That has a crazy compression ratio. 13 point something to 1. What do you think this one is? This, older, smaller, 14 to 1. 14! And that is why this car just goes like absolute bonkers. Absolute bonkers. It revs like there's no tomorrow. And you might say, well, it's not the quickest Ferrari. I mean, why are you on about this? Well, the reason I'm on about this, it isn't a new Ferrari. It is slightly older. But it's so crazy to drive. 0 to 100, probably a sparrow's fart under 3 seconds. And even if not, it's the experience. It's the visceral experience. It's the connection with the car. I've driven in quite a couple of Ferraris in the last few days, and I'm so grateful. Thank you, God, for that. I need to say, it's even a bit wackier than what you would get from the 296 GTB. There we go, 6.5. Oh, stunning this. That is something otherworldly. Thing that I appreciate about this Ferrari at this point in time is not just the engine setup, it's not just the fact that we've got naturally aspirated horses running to 9.5. It's the fact that in here, in the cabin, things are the way that I'm used to it. Things are the way that I really, truly love and adore it. This is the Ferrari that I came to know. This is the Ferrari that I went on my first date with. This is the Ferrari that I fell in love with. Oh my word! I've got so much that is physical, and that's what I absolutely adore about these cars. The first time I got into a Speciale, it was harnessed with racing seatbelts, and I didn't even know how to put those on. And now, 3 years later, thank you Novitec. Most people loving it. Holy moly, where are we now? This is so good. Can it get better than this? Can it get better than this? Just look on the side over here. We've got a beautiful waterway. This is the harbour. Just been driving half an hour out of Rotterdam on a beautiful road here. I am mesmerized. This is epic. Ooh! Master Kent, are you even kidding? Is that a legitimate answer? This is freaking amazing. What a freaking drive this is. And in a location like this here in the Netherlands at the harbor, is it just not insane? Right here in front of us, this gorgeous Ferrari 458 the Speciale, and of course in this gorgeous color, similar to that which we're going to see a little bit later today in the Grigio Silverstone Opaco. Opaco meaning that it's sort of this matte color over here. And these cars are not wrapped, they painted in this color. It's a special paint that you can have on request with those lines over it. Let's have a closer look. There's not so much that's been done on this car Novitec wise, but we felt because this car is kind of, I'm not going to say it goes extinct, but in the weight of all the models that we have in the lineup at the moment, SF90, 296, GTP, the fact that these cars are hybrid versions of the Ferrari supercar lineup. And then we've got the big boys with the V12 motors, you know, the A12s. And so this kind of takes a bit of a back seat, use the pun, but you know what I mean. It's just a bit sad that this car's sort of going a bit back into our recent history. Now, as you listen very briefly, you realized, and also from our drive before, that this is fitted with a Novitec straight pipe system. There's a difference between sound just being loud. To make an exhaust loud is one thing, because you can just put some straight pipes, and by default it's actually wrong when we say straight pipes, because the pipes aren't straight. That's what makes the sound of an exhaust system and everything that you put in between. And I remember the day when we looked at the MC20 and how the exhaust system was shaped, and I remember Maurice standing staring at it, looking at the forms, the diameters of the pipes and all the turns, and hearing the sound at a certain rev range, cold, warm, and saying, I feel that it needs more this, we need to make that pipe bigger, we need to make this bend a bit straighter. That is the magic that happens at Novitec. And so it's not a straight pipe, but it is a complete pipe with not a lot of it in the middle, except for the beautiful crinkles and cuts in order to make a gorgeous, gorgeous sound. If you want to see the very first 458 Speciale Novitec one we drove on the channel, you can click on this video over here. It's explained in a lot more detail, but here you can see that sort of almost like a bit of an S-duct that you got afterwards in the 488, the air being chased over the roof. Here, lots of aero components, that air being sent around the car. Here also this fin in carbon fiber, and at the back there's this sort of infamous little hinge towards the ducktail that we see much more later on in the F8 series as well. And here the active aero. There's a lot of active aero at the bottom, at the diffuser at the back, that I think even in that first films we mounted some GoPros there, and you can see how that actually works in there. This car is amazing, but you guys would possibly agree with me, and this is no critique towards what Ferrari does. These are standard wheels, gorgeous as they are. Look at the space that you have over here. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm bringing your attention to the fact that this is where we come into the picture, making it lower, and also the distance between the outskirt of this fender and the rim of the tire is about that much. Immediately have the sensation that the wheel is slightly on the inside. Now this can be sorted out with some wheel spacers. It also can be sorted out by fitting some of our Novitec wheels sets on there, and that's going to help with that, with the spacers also to bring it slightly out. For this car as well, the titanium bolts, there are quite a couple of parts that we used to have out. Some of them we don't have on stock anymore. Some of them might still be in there. So check out our website, novitecgroup.com, to see more on that. I think a worthy end of this video would be to show you a little hint of what is to come in the next video. And for us to do that, I'm going to take the car and drive over there, because it has a little bit of another sibling waiting for us in the same Grigio Silverstone Opaco color. Have a look at this. So that was it for this video, but in the next one, something else in this Grigio Silverstone Opaco. Stay tuned for that.